This is the moment. This is the moment where I have to put the phone in to the thing that I always use it to hold up with. So this is always the worst part of the stream because it's so hard to actually fit the damn thing in here. I have to like wiggle it in because the case does not properly contort to the tripod, so I always have to fuck around just to get it to work. Like this shit happens, you know? It starts falling down and shit. Let me twist it until it starts working. Okay. I think this is an okay angle. So I just have to place the thing down now. I'm playing Sonic Unleashed now. Yeah, we're playing Sonic Unleashed like good bass Sonic boys. Alright. You turn the light off. Oh boy. Alright. Let's turn the light up on my phone so I can see the chat more easily. Okay. Alright, that looks decent. Decent angle. I can do that. Hello, everybody. We're doing another one of these. Hopefully the game doesn't randomly error out like it's done in the past. Doing another live stream. Mostly just because I'm really bored. Like, I just woke up after like several days of being awake, essentially. I slept for about 2 hours yesterday. No, actually, was it the day before? It was yesterday. Yesterday I slept for like 2 hours, but I had been awake for like several days. It was not fun. Use Sonic Drifts to breeze through the turns. How do you drift? I have no idea how to drift. If you press the square button while cornering, you can drift. Why is it not allowing me to move? It's literally like the sticks aren't properly working. What the fuck? Oh, that was okay. Oh, there we go. Mission clear. But like I had been awake for like several days at once, and I think maybe my like severe sleep patterns or whatever are just getting worse. Maybe I just had a particularly off day because this has happened to me before. It hasn't happened in a while though. That's what's surprising about it, you know? I don't know what's up with these new YouTube notification system that they have where wait, what button do you press for homing attacks? And see a lock on. Since from the enemy you can do a homing attack. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Woo! This game is cool. I like this game. Why are there no people showing up in the chat? Where is everybody today? Is everybody just asleep? Maybe if I share it in Red's Discord server. I have to turn on my computer in order to do that. Let's see here. Because it looks like no one's here. Like, is everyone just asleep today? I don't know what's going on. Abysmal Boy in the chat says, hey there. let's see if Red's online. I can tell him I'm streaming. So he told me at one point that he wanted me to tell him. Let's see. Streaming. Okay. But yeah, I finally slept after quite some time. Like it was several days I was awake, about 4 days. Yeah, it was about 4 days. It was almost five, but I ended up being able to be saved, by sleep. So, but I slept for like 6 hours. It wasn't even that much sleep that I got, but it was finally some sleep. So I felt better afterwards. Oh shit! I messed up. I have to go back and kill these guys. It said, do you want me to go back and get the rings? Or oh, I see, okay. But yeah, it was quite a mess trying to. Oh my fucking god! So I have to go through this one here, right? I have to go through this one here, but it wants me to do it with that like charge attack. Glad to see you got some rest. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm glad. It's not letting me. God damn it! Re, re, re. See, this is how bad I am at this game already. This is how bad. My dad is yelling at Alexa in the other room. Imagine that. By the way, Take the A Train is rad. One of the first jazz standards played. Yeah, Take the A Train is really cool. Um, Red in the chat says, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that I actually did get to sleep. Sonic 06, no, this is Sonic Unleashed. Sonic 06, I don't have Xbox 360 in here. My Xbox 360 is broken. I probably have way more entertainment if I had the Xbox 360 working. It's just I low key like I've considered just going out and did you see how grabbing a boost on the left screen? Press to do a sonic boost. During the sonic boost, you'll send the enemy. Oh, it wants me to do that to the enemies. Okay. No, this is Sonic Unleashed. But I feel like during the summer, especially, I would have had a lot more entertainment if if my Xbox 360 was working, because I would just go back and play old games that I had played for quite some time ago, but I just play them again. I want to play Deadly Premonition again. One more day until the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Nice. I don't really get excited about new Pokemon releases because I feel like they're all kind of the same. Like, once I've played a couple of them, it's kind of enough for me. I'm not like super obsessed with the series. Okay, so I have to. This training stage is really annoying. The only games I care about are Pokemon and Animal Crossing. I want to play. I want to play more Animal Crossing games. I've only ever briefly played in like a store or at someone's house. I want to play Animal Crossing because I think I would really like it. It seems a lot like a comfy kind of game. Like I remember going back on the Hikikomori board on 8chan back in the day. I would go on there and there would be a video games thread, and there was always this like one guy who um there we go. Okay. Oh, wait. But yeah, CIA getting me. What was I talking about? So what I would do is I would go on this board, and there would always be this one person who was saying like, "Oh, it's wintertime in Animal Crossing. I'm playing Animal Crossing in wintertime now," and he was really into it. And I remember him saying basically it was like the perfect game for Hikikomori, and I always just thought that was cool. I'll probably buy Pokemon Sword when there are enough copies in circulation. I can't bother to play. Wait. Uh, I I accidentally clicked C's message. Okay, there it goes. Oh wait, no, time is running out. God damn it. I'll probably when they're. I can't bother to play Pokemon when they're new and have everyone's attention. Animal Crossing release is worthy though. Yeah, it's Animal Crossing releases. They come out less. They don't come out nearly as much as Pokemon does. I want Red to become a 24-hour live streamer. I know he would hate doing it because he doesn't like doing live streams, but it would be cool to watch his live stream. Even if it was like completely boring, like just him sitting in his room, I would watch that. Let's see. Hey man, been a while. Tied up with so many class projects and other projects, directing, producing, and writing the story for animation. I hired 2 friends to animate since I can't draw. Nice. Also got sound projects in the works. Man, you're productive as hell right now. Good job. Good luck on all of those fronts. You're making actual creative things instead of just YouTube videos like I do. That's really cool, man. I need to understand these artists. I need to understand what makes them exist because I don't understand it. Oh no. This game is actually great. I know this is like the first stage, but this game, what the hell? Oh wait, no, I didn't kill the other guy. I have to go back. I gotta go back! I gotta go back! Okay. Is it gonna let me through? What the hell? Why is it not letting me through? What, did I miss something? Was I supposed to get this? Level up? Maybe? Back? No, back. Don't go forward, back. This is how bad I'm doing. I'm quite good at video games, guys. So let me tell you. Animal Crossing New Leaf came out in 2013. Yeah, it's the releases are spread apart from each other. Also studying Japanese still. You're probably really good at it at this point. I haven't been studying it because I've been in school. Ever since I got back into school, I've been barely studying at all. And thanks, my Japanese has improved greatly, dude. I made a couple Japanese friends that improved quickly compared to the first 6 months at month 7 now. Awesome. Oh, I was supposed to do a quick step. Hooray for the first time seeing a live stream from you. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad you're enjoying them. And that you're here for one for a first time. Yeah, but I hadn't slept. Oh, I didn't even have to kill any of those guys. Okay. Who is this guy again? Motor Maxis 206. I haven't even seen this guy in my comment section before. Cool. Yeah, congratulations to Trapped in My Psyche. But let's see, what was I gonna say? I'm always really interested. Yes, continue playing. Obviously, I'm always really interested in the people who are like the lurking people, like the people who don't comment, because the weird thing is that when I see a view on YouTube, it doesn't really feel like the view exists. Like it feels like it's just kind of there, like, oh, anybody could do this, a bot could do this. But when I see people comment or talk in the live chat, it makes me feel like the people who watch my videos are real people. It's kind of cool. By the way, AdSense rejected me. Oh no! Was it because your content was too offensive? I don't know how YouTube couldn't tell that my content wasn't too offensive. Oh shit, real Doomer hours. Is it really Doomer hours? I usually made experimental sound. But yeah, I can't believe... I mean, I can kind of believe it because, like, you have a video about, like, Nazis on your channel, and you have, how the fuck do I get back up here? Okay, there we go. Come on, Sonic, let's do our thing. Come on. The one problem with this game, right, is that you can't really control your camera. Oh, no! You can't really control your camera, and I mean, this is present in other Sonic games. But it wasn't in Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes had it to where you could control the camera, and it was way easier. Oh my god, that game was great. We should VC again one day. Okay. I'd have to give you my Discord. Fuck. Okay. Actually, no, I joined back in Valhalla and then immediately left. So, oh, what the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna spurge out if I can't get up this ledge. God damn it. This is so bad. I can't get up a fucking ledge. Is your Discord the same? No, no, it is not the same. You go into Valhalla, and I guess if you search back far enough, you'll find that I joined the server, and then that I immediately left. Okay. Oh wait, I can go this way. Never mind. I didn't know I could go this way. This makes things way easier. Judging by the HUD, I'm thinking this is a 7th gen Sonic game. I don't know all the generations for Sonic games anymore. This is Sonic Unleashed. This came out in like 2008? 2008, something like that. This is the PS2 version. I got multiple comments telling me, why do you have the PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed? It's because I have a PS2. What do you think? What do you think I'm running here? A billionaire show? Do you think the show has $100, $1,000 billion production value? I can't afford an Xbox 360. I just got the PS2, you know? So it's like people tell me, "Oh, why are you playing the PS2 version of the game, bro?" And it's like, it's what version would I be playing? I only have the PS2 and like the NES hooked up, you know? Haven't I have some popular videos that aren't my original content. Oh, is that what they told you? Let me go through here and see what people are saying. It's probably because my most popular video is that video, not my content. Oh, I wonder why you haven't responded to my other messages. Yeah, no, I haven't been on that Discord account for a long time. I thought because the old Discord account said "gone fishing" on it, that people would know that I had left. Like I said, training Arc Star, gone fishing. That's what I named that Discord account. So I thought it was pretty obvious that I wasn't on there anymore. But I guess people didn't know what gone fishing meant. Gone fishing means that you've gone away, like you're gone away for a significant period of time. Yeah, but I don't want to delete them. Yeah, that sucks. I thought it was because your videos were like offensive or something. Maple Milk says hello to let's see. I haven't been able to sleep in over 2 days either now. Yeah, I'm glad I finally got to sleep. It you know, it was really close there. I was getting into some real doomer hours starting. I thought I was going to be awake for 5 days. I really did, but I got to sleep not too long ago. Gone fishing implied you're going to return though. I mean, I don't know. Some people use gone fishing as like symbolism for people dying. I've seen that done that way before. See, what was I gonna say? But if the name of the account is still gone fishing, then I feel like people should be able to infer that I'm not there. How many hours were you deprived from escape from the cruel waking world? I'm not doing the math right now, but it was about 4 days. I was awake for about 4 days. and then I finally got sleep. I mean, Red was there for it. Red saw me on Discord awake. And then I was releasing all these videos in daytime and in nighttime. And it's kind of like if you were awake at 3 a.m., how were you also awake at like 12 p.m., you know? Because I've been awake for all that time. The cutscenes in this game are really boring. Like, I wish you could just skip them. I wish you could just skip all of the cutscenes in this game. It's really boring. I barely hung out with friends. I sacrificed my social life to be productive. I hang out 2 or 3 times a month. Everything else is focused on my shit. That's good. Yeah, no, it's good to be productive and to have a goal that you're working towards. Because, like, if you interact with someone, that's kind of a temporal thing. It's impermanent. You probably forget it pretty soon afterwards, or at least I do. And so I like putting my time into stuff that feels at least a little bit more permanent than just having a conversation. I'm thinking of making a video on Hugbox. For those of you who don't know what Hugbox is, it's basically this Discord server that Red Madatsuki, Yoshika Miyako Red, basically did all these videos on. What the fuck? What is this NPC shit? Why am I talking to literal children now? This is not a Sonic game. This is not at all like a Sonic game. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. What? What is going on here? You have to like talk to. Can you go back? Return to the title screen. No. What is this? This is a terrible system. What the fuck? You have to talk. What is this? Oh, okay. Anyway, but yeah, no, I'm thinking of making a video on Red Madatsuki, Yoshika Miyako Red's old server. What's it called? Hugbox. That's the one. Because I went into Hugbox and I did a voice call in Hugbox and I talked to a bunch of random people. The joke is that I'm saying your name really long. It's a joke. And I like saying Yoshika Miyako Red because No Thank You said it in his title of his video. And I want to emphasize it like Yoshika Miyako Red, because he put red in all caps. I thought that was funny. But yeah. So basically, I went into Hugbox and I went into a voice call there, and there was this guy Hawksworth, Hoxie, I think is what he's called, and he was talking about how he wants to be a Chad and how he was going to the gym trying to pump iron and how jealous of Chad he was. And this guy came into the VC where he was talking about how he weightlifts and stuff and how he has a job as like an IT consultant working on internet security. And then Hawksworth just started going, "Stop flexing, bro! Stop flexing!" And he said it so many times. Like, he kept saying, "Stop flexing." He seemed really upset. And it was really funny. I'm thinking of making a video on Hugbox just because, like, the server was so cancerous. It was just Chad. I want to be like Chad, guys. I want to be like Chad. Let's see. Jalen says, "Hey," in the chat. Hello there. Like, I thought Hugbox was gonna be bad, but lol, Sonic Unleashed. Yep, we're playing Sonic Unleashed today. Oh my god, let's see here. Why are these annoying text screens? I just want to play the goddamn game. This is not a Sonic game. I refuse to call this a game. I'm like flying around here and having to do puzzles and shit. Fuck this. Chad Unleashed. Yeah, no, Hugbox is really bad. So I'm thinking of doing is making a video shitting on them. I think it would be funny, especially because when I came in there, I said I wasn't gonna make a video on them because they asked me. They said, "Do you make videos about Discord servers?" And I just said no. What made you want to play this shit? A lot of it was out of curiosity, and I've had friends in the past who do legitimately think that that Sonic Unleashed is an okay game. I paid like $2 for it. It was like $2 for this game. So it's not a big loss if I don't like it. I mean, even like paying $2 for a bad game, I think is worth it enough to be able to justify. Because like if you spend, let's say a couple hours playing a bad game, at the very least that's worth 2 hours of escapism. You should have just watched anime instead of playing that crap. I mean, I get more enjoyment out of playing bad games than I do out of watching good anime. And that's not to say that I don't like watching good anime. Like, I like it. I enjoy it. But for some reason, like, playing bad games is just more entertaining to me. That's just how I think. Like, I just like video games the most. Let me see here. Well, what's going on in the chat? The way you pronounce shit is extremely expressive. Nice. I've never noticed that. I've always noticed that I said it a bit different than other words, but I didn't think it was expressive. Thank you. Um, the more I talk to natives, my Japanese improves. I try to send online friends voice clips to improve my speaking. If they don't have time, I'll text them if I want to improve typing. Awesome. Yeah, no, all of those are really good proactive things. You should have just. Oh, wait, no, I already read that. Not focusing much on grammar was the best decision I made too. I study grammar like an hour a day or so. Everything else is sentence mining and talking to natives. Awesome. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've heard quite a number of people who are really good at Japanese say the same thing. I'm glad that taking a offhands approach with grammar was better. It was better with me, although at this point, at this point, ever since I've gotten back to school, I haven't had the time to study. I love the PS2. You can spend $2 and play the entire game, but on Steam, anyone can spend $60 and spend 0 hours on it. Yeah, that's the thing, is that like with the PS2, a lot of the games are still really good. Like a lot of them are great games still. It's just that they aren't really heavily valued because there isn't. Oh, this game isn't so bad. I kind of like this. But I mean, like on the thing is that because there isn't a huge collector's market for PS2 games the way that there is for like Nintendo or one of these other old machines, you can just get PS2 games for super cheap. And the same thing at this point is actually true of PS3 as well, because everyone's selling off their PS3 games to buy like Nintendo Switch or any of these things. Xbox 360 is very cheap as well. So you can just go into like dollar bins and get entire games that you could spend like hours upon hours on for like barely any money. It's great. And then you have people like Yoshika Miyako Red, who sell all of their Nintendo Switch and 3DS games for $100 at GameStop. That video was good. I like that video a lot. Selling GameStop gave me $300 for this. That was pretty based. I like that video. You need to make more videos of yourself selling your stuff. Let's see here. What's going on in the chat? Oh boy. Let's see. I get more enjoyment out of bad games. Lily is a masochist confirmed. That's pretty based. That's pretty based. Let's see here. Not sure if you're keeping up with Google. What are your thoughts on Stadia? I have it pre-ordered. I don't know what Stadia is. Yeah, I don't know what Stadia is. I have so many internet names. If you go back through my entire livelihood on the internet, I've been called a bajillion different internet names, and I've given myself a bajillion different internet names. I only have like two that remain consistent, was Outlaw and Star, is that people would call me Outlaw or they would call me Star, and those ones were the consistent ones. But I've had so many internet names. It's like I love changing identities all the time with what I call myself on the internet. Like, let's see, what's one that I used to have? I used to have the name Synchronicity. I used to be called Synchronicity. Another one I called myself was Syndicate. Syndicate was another name I had. Why do you like Sonic so much? I like the pretty colors. Like this game, the colors in this game, even if the game's bad, like the game isn't even. What's his name? Jalen Harris in the chat says that that the game is bad. I don't even think this game is that bad. Like it's you're kind of moving around, it's fun, and oh no, it's oh shit, fuck my shit up, man, fuck my shit up, ah. But I like this game because of the pretty I like pretty colors in quotations. Ah yes, a real Digibro fan. Yes. Let's see. Isn't Outlaw Star like this 2000s anime? It is. I got the name. One name that I used to have was Outlaw Harvest was what I was called on YouTube in like 2016. And so I literally just took Harvest Moon and then Outlaw Star, and I combined two names that I liked together. Ever watch star with in all caps with a underscore. I don't know who that is. But yeah, I think it's ironic that I changed my name to Star eventually. Apropos of nothing, like the two names were actually unrelated to one another when I picked the name Star. Is that the reason I picked the name Star is because I had friends who used to call me Star all the time. Um, but I had a friend who named me Infinite Outlaw. I had a friend, Magos, he named me Infinite Outlaw. Um, and so, in my opinion, the PS2 and Wii versions of Unleashed are better than the 360 and PS3 because you don't have to navigate the shitty overworld. Also, the only good parts of this game are the daytime sections. That makes sense. I mean, I've I've seen videos. What was it? What was it? Johnny versus the Sonic. That guy. The some call me Johnny. That's his name. He makes all of these Sonic reviews, and I remember him saying that the night sections of the game were like better than the other sections of the game. I haven't watched his Sonic reviews in a couple years, but I know there's a contingent of people that feels that way, and I have no idea how I would feel about them. But I don't. I haven't. Digibro has more subs than Daniel Lord. Oh whoa, yeah. The reason why is because Digi has been doing YouTube since like 2013, so he's been doing quite some time. John never said that. Oh, okay. I guess I'm mixing him up with someone else. Pretty autistic, but I respect the answer. Like I just like pretty much like almost all video games I enjoy. Not all video games, but like there are very few video games that I don't like. Big Poppy, I fixed the thing. No F's in the chat. I'm back now. Okay. But like it's strange, right? Because it oh, I did it. Okay. How many days? 4 days. 4 days I was awake. Gonna give up on trying to make any ad revenue from YouTube. Just gonna stick with the caregiver job. Fuck YouTube re. Yeah, I mean YouTube wouldn't really provide enough ad revenue anyway. I'm binging Kim Possible on Disney Plus right now. Disney Plus is fucking great. More choices than Netflix. That's really cool. I don't like these digital streaming services. I just pirate everything. But I'm glad you have a lot of choices. Let's see, CIA meme. But yeah. I thought you were gonna get on Neatbucks, Red. Whatever happened to getting on Neatbucks? Did your mom tell you no? But yeah, like this game, like pretty much most games. Oh, you forgot about Neatbucks. This guy stayed awake for 11 days once in the 60s. I actually know what study you're talking about. Did I get any hallucinations? I did, but I don't know if it was just the normal hallucinations that I get or if it was a product of being awake. At a certain point, my vision started becoming blurry, but I've been like that before, so I don't know if it was just my natural hallucinatory state or if it was a result of staying awake. Maybe a combination of the two. I don't know. But yeah, I've read about the study that you're talking about because at one point I read a list of all the people who stayed for the longest. C has orange in every C, every word that has C. Interesting. I've stolen VRV and Netflix account from some normies at school. It's pretty cushy compared to torrenting, but I'll still pirate. I mean, what I would do in that situation, I mean, if I had a television, that is I would just hook a computer up to the TV, and then I would watch shows that I had torrented or streamed just on the TV that way. When I lived in a domestic abuse shelter, that's what I used to do. Is that it was in Virginia specifically. There was this giant TV that they had there, and what I would do is when there were no other people living at the shelter, when it was just me and my mom, basically what I did was that I had plugged up my laptop to the computer, not computer screen, to the TV screen in the room, to the TV screen in the living room of the shelter, and I would just watch anime for the entire time. And it was a pretty large television, and nonetheless, so it was pretty nice. Let's see. I wish I had more videos recorded from the Virginia arc when I lived in Virginia. Oh wait, no. Okay, okay. I pressed the button on the right call. Let's see. Who's messaging me? Whatever. Let's see here. Okay, Disney Plus. I'll stick with my DVDs. Thanks. I agree. I'm a video only man myself. No TV for me. I watch things sometimes. I don't watch nearly as much as I play video games. I just prefer video games in general. Hawaii 2020. Good luck with that. It's going to be fun seeing the Hawaii vlogs. Did your intelligence drop when you didn't sleep? I think it did. I started becoming more incoherent and stuff. I usually pirate just because almost nothing I watch is on streaming. That makes sense. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I'm interested in isn't being streamed either. I sent you a friend request on Discord. Okay, I will accept it when I get next time I go on Discord. My TVs are all CRTs, so all the stuff I've watched is on the phone and the computer. That's pretty base. That's pretty base, to be honest. In the past, what I've done in order to get newer hardware to work on CRT is I've taken a what's it called? The VGA. I've taken a VGA to component converter. If you take a VGA to component converter, you can just plug it in. If it's an HD CRT, that is. So a lot of CRTs don't have component. Some of them do. So at that point, you'd basically just have to do VGA to AV, and that would significantly make the picture quality look worse. I still burn anime to DVDs because I like watching them on the CRT. What is this meme of you randomly going re? I just do that. It's a force of habit for me. I wish more of my PS2 games would actually work. Like so many of I have a copy of 007 what is it? 007 Quantum of Solace on the PS2. And like the game has no scratches whatsoever, but it just doesn't work. Like it works for the first level and then it stops working. My laptop only had mini HDMI for some reason, so I'll need to buy 3 adapters to get to stuff on my TV. Oh no. I mean, at that point, the signal would be so distorted because you'd be doing all these conversions. I mean, that sounds like something I would do, though. Based CRT chads, I agree. Based. Hey, Star. Hey, Mully Boom. What time is it in Chile right now? It's got to be pretty late. Anyone buy anime DVDs from secondhand stores? I haven't found any anime in secondhand stores, or else I would, just because I think it's cool to own them. Red, are you giving up on getting revenue from YouTube or giving up altogether? I hope not. I like the vlogs. He just said he was giving up on revenue. Yeah, no, I'm just giving up on getting revenue. Yeah, I want Red to do videos for as long as he can. I love his videos as well. Oh boy. I wonder what these cutscenes mean in the context of like the 360 version of the game, because if they took out the night scenes in the Wii version, if they took out the night scenes in the Wii and PS2 versions, then I wonder how that lines up with the story. They probably butchered the story too, right? I mean, I don't give a fuck about the story because these cutscenes are boring as hell to me. But what's your stance on Patreon, Red? I know you've covered in vids why you use PayPal. Yeah, I think his stance was that Patreon takes too much effort to set up, and they take a cut of the money, if I recall correctly. That's what he believes. My ideal setup would be a home theater hooked to a computer with shit from Pass the Popcorn. That's honestly one of my big ambitions. Nice. I wanna get a Trinitron, like the old or the newest model of Trinitron that they came out with before Sony before Sony stopped making the HD CRT televisions. I want to get I want to get a Trinitron, um, because they're like the big, like 400-pound CRT televisions. The night scenes are still in the game, but not as much as I believe compared to the 360 and PS3 versions. Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. So they just took out some levels, and that doesn't really matter. Hmm. Okay. I hate these like having to read the text with people. I just skip all of it. I wish you could just skip these scenes. Man, I just want a massive TV and booming sound in front of me in my home. That's my life right now. I want to get like a newer television. What's it called? Um, like an LCD TV that's just huge, like the biggest one you can possibly get. Um, let's see. I don't want to do video requests or stuff like that, so Patreon is useless to me, and I plan to get rid of PayPal. They got rid of PayPal just now. And what's the point of getting rid of PayPal? Like, if people want to give you money, they should at least have the option. It's not like you're forcing anybody to pay for it. You never shill it. Um, I, I don't see a reason for people to get rid of their PayPals. You know, Red is off the grid. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh boy. Let's see. CRTs are cool, but if you really want big size and good color, digital is the way to go. Um, I, to an extent, I would disagree. I know that like the color is, I guess, quote unquote, better, but I don't even notice that much of a difference. I do notice the depth perception. The depth perception in HD CRTs is actually better. So if you want something that has better depth, then go with tube television. Just because there's a video, I need to find it. It's like it's this old guy who makes these like high quality, like basically film-esque YouTube videos with this younger guy where they talk about like tech and stuff, and they're super in depth with like the specs on tech. And he has is this Sonic 06? No, this is Sonic Unleashed. This doesn't even look like Sonic 06. This looks like I don't know how anyone could think this looks like Sonic 06. Sonic 06 is on the Sonic 06 is on the Xbox 360. Um, let's see. I have a 32-inch flat screen from 2010. PS1, PS2, and Xbox games still look pretty nice on it, barring the black bars on the sides. Kind of don't want to upgrade. All 3D Sonic games are shit anyway. I completely disagree. I'm going to have to hard disagree with that. I think most of them are good. Like, most of them, in general, like, there's a couple bad ones, but most of them are pretty good. Okay, so there are night segments in this game. Why does he go slow as fuck? I thought the point was speed. Look at this. He's literally... Move the left analog stick rapidly in the same direction twice to do a dash? What the fuck? This is so weird. This does not... Like, I wish you could see my hands right now so you could understand what I have to do with the controller, but this does not feel natural for a video game. I remember being 7 years old and thinking Sonic 06 looks super cool. It's not that bad of a game. Like, I don't understand people who hate it a whole bunch. Like, I can kind of understand. Do asexual people fap? Not trying to be rude. I don't really do it much at all. If I do it like 2 times in a year, like 2 or 3 times in a year, it's basically never. What the fuck? How can I? Why can't I get through the? Maybe it is a bad game. I'm ultra picky when it comes to games. I used to be a big gamer, but most games nowadays feel like a waste of time. I don't understand people who have. I don't understand people who feel like things are a waste of time. Like, I used to be super sensitive about my time because I wanted to make YouTube videos, right? I wanted to get better at YouTube, so I had myself on a schedule. I'm talking 2017 here, but I that was the one time where I was ever existentially scared about my time. Um, I never really cared, I never really cared about time very much, just because it doesn't matter to me. Like I look at everything I do, and it doesn't feel like it matters. Everything is a waste of time. Nothing matters. We'll all die anyway. I agree. Um, let's see here. Let's see. What is Big Poppy saying? Wait. Oh, wait. There's a couple more things in the chat. Star No Fab King. That's pretty based. Anime girls are perfect. I'm not attracted to anime. IRL females are gross. Based red. Lend me your powers. Lake Humor face. I'm not one of those people who can sink hundreds of hours into a game or anime I don't really love. I got to be really enjoying stuff. Um, I mean, I just don't really see the point where to me, like, if I wasn't consuming those things, I'd just be staring off into space. And so, it's better than doing nothing. I don't know. I don't really understand people who like feel like things are a waste of time. There's not really anything better that I could be doing. If I'm escaping from reality, that's at least better than reality, even if it's not very good. I can't get into CRT. Its statics noise always drive me crazy. And get a high quality one. It's easy to rack up hundreds of hours on a video game when you're only intensely invested in 2 or 3 games a year or less. I've never understood that either. It's like those people are stat boosters. They like to get really good at stuff. Man, I like real girls, but they make my wife, Asuka Langley Soyu, real. Those 3D hoes can hit the road. Yeah, I don't understand why people would have Asuka as a waifu. She's not particularly like, she's kind of mean. I don't really, why do people like Asuka? She's kind of, I don't know. It feels kind of like she has, what is that one? Borderline, it's the woman disorder, borderline personality disorder. That's how it feels to me. Normies love bitchy girls. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Based Asuka is a bitch. I agree. I don't like her. She has like this BPD vibes. I really don't like her. When you've got a huge backlog, your time matters, at least to me. I don't really care about my backlog though. Like if I die knowing that I never consumed anything, like I don't really know why that would matter because I would be dead. I don't really. Why would I care about something once I'm dead? I wouldn't be able to think, you know? So what am I supposed to do here? Let me read the text. If you press the X button to jump and the X button again, you'll do a double jump, okay? X button to jump. It's okay. He only slightly jumps a little bit more. What the fuck? I still never watched a Digibro video before. I think you might like his old videos where he was like really depressed. I watched a few of Eggy's videos, though. Nice. Bro, I'm about to write a fucking essay here on why Asuka is king, and 60% of weebs will never understand. You can do that, Normie, but I think I'm going to disagree. Digibro's waifu cat... And by the way, every single Asuka fag thinks this way. Every single Asuka fag thinks what Big Poppy is saying, and I've seen the threads of them trying to explain this. I've listened to them try to explain this, and they're all wrong. Let's see. Digibro's waifu cast made me understand how people can evoke tribalism through anime girls. It was pretty based. I like Don Jolly. He's a really smart guy. Asuka is for cucks. I completely agree. Let's see here. It's not about finishing the games in time for death. It's about getting through them so I can get the experience, plus I'll be able to say I did it. But why does saying that you did it matter, though? Like, why do you care? I guess that's the thing that I don't really understand. Like, why do you care about being able to say you consumed something? Like, wouldn't that just be getting a reaction from other people? Why does that matter? So I can dunk on fags who didn't, but why does that matter, though? Like, that's just interacting with other people. Okay, I'm supposed to like. I look like a gangster now. I'm black, guys. I'm black now. I'm doing. This is so based right here. Collector's mindset too. I actually buy old video games. No, I buy old video games as well. I like collecting them. So I mean, that much I can understand. But Ray is creepy as fuck. I love her as a character, but she ain't someone who you could hold a conversation with, let alone entertain a relationship with her. She ain't human. Try jumping mid-dash. She'll be faster than you think. Okay. Try jumping mid-dash. Oh! Did I do it? Wait, I need to dash. Wait, how do you dash again? You have to, like, move the... This is fucking annoying. I really don't like this. I might actually stop playing this game just because... Wait, okay. Meanwhile, Asuka has some serious flaws, but that's what makes her endearing. Having BPD is not endearing, man. I don't understand. I'm mega autistic about original hardware. I own 2 PS1s because of it. Yeah, I agree. I'm very autistic about owning original hardware as well. Ray is still better than Asuka. Yeah, because she doesn't have fucking BPD. Ray, at least like Ray is like a glass case. She just exists, you know. She feels completely open and shut, you know. I kind of prefer girls who are really insecure and desperate to prove themselves IRL in general, though. That is not based at all. I completely disagree. I completely disagree with that. That's I find people like that intolerable. because they're so obsessed. They're so obsessed with the way that other people see them. Like they just want to look cool and good to other people. Y'all needs hate Asuka because you'd be afraid of her if she were real, LMAO. I mean, I'm sure there are a contingent of people that are like that. If I were, because I've been around people who are like Asuka before, and I've had interactions with them before, I've never been scared of these people. I know that I could pretty easily just beat them up if I wanted to. It's not very hard. But like, I don't know. They're just annoying people to be around. Like I specifically really don't like people who care a lot about their image. I destroyed stuck-up bitchy sluts before. Yeah, no, same. It's one of those things where like it doesn't quite based woman beater red. I thought he meant in like the BTFO internet sense, like getting into an argument with someone and BTFOing them. I thought that's what he meant. Let's see here. Based woman beater red. Insecure women are great, but not if they're a cunt. But all of them are cunts. Like all of them. I don't understand what you mean. I love that Eggy video where he ranted about the world because he got fired from Walmart. That was funny. That video is one of the funniest videos. Don Jolly on Ava Waifu, the proponents. Then someone posted a remake that stuck with me. Or a remark that stuck with me. That's been doing this for 20 years, he said. 20 years, they'll be doing it for 20 more. Pretty base. Yes, Art of BTFO. All waifu debates aside, she hasn't got BPD. She's just a regular teenage girl thrust into a fucking absurd situation. I have absolutely no empathy for that. I do not care. What I care about is that she's annoying. Like that, I think maybe that's one of the reasons I can't finish Ava is because I just look at the characters and I do not empathize with them. Like I can kind of understand around the edges, but I just like part of me doesn't even want to empathize with them. Like it's kind of this gross feeling that when I see them that I feel like they're weak. I just feel like they're very weak people. All women are lesbian cunts. I thought he meant another sort of destruction. Oh boy. Evangelion waifu debates really cut to the soul of a human being. I think one's pick of Asuka Ray honestly says a lot about you or about them. That's fair. No, I don't disagree. Um, when dealing with a bitchy slut, remain calm. Oh boy, here's the comma, so I think he's going to say more. Evangelion is gay. I agree. It's probably a fine show. Like, I've had people convince me that the show is probably fine. I just really don't care. Like, it's like that neutral response. It's I have no strong feelings one way or the other. Stay calm and don't argue with women. That's pretty base. I have no strong feelings one way or the other. Never argue with women. Laugh them off like they're children. Base misogyny in the chat. Dave Chappelle did a skit on that. Base to neutral response. I agree. No strong feelings one way or the other. There's like entire people online who are dedicated to making more and more accounts to keep in order to keep that video, in order to keep the neutral response video in 100% balance. It's a pretty flawed show. Y'all never getting pussy though. I mean, but I haven't well, actually no, that's not true. I did IRL like twice. But in online I've had like a surprising amount of people confront me on the internet for online relationship solicitation, and I've turned down pretty much all of them just because I don't like them. I don't know why. I've been so open about the fact that I don't like relationships. I don't know how people look at my YouTube channel and think, "Oh yeah, you know, I want to try getting a relationship with this person." No. No, I've made it abundantly clear. I don't like Big Poppy. He's a Chad. I think Big Poppy's a Chad. Okay, how do I do Bree? Were you attracted to your exes? One of them I was. Okay, I'm just gonna stop playing this game. I'm not even paying attention anymore. No, I was attracted to one of them, but it wasn't really in a it wasn't in a, what's the word, physical sense. It was more of a romantic sense. I wasn't really attracted to them physically. But that was the one time I had ever felt romantically attracted to someone. It didn't even last very long. That's the thing, is that I got over it pretty fast, but I just stayed in the relationship, you know? Let's see. You guys are super interesting to be around. Like, y'all hold the opposite opinions as me on just about anything. Interesting. No, I don't like Chad energy. I love it though. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're interested. Not me. I'm boring. Okay, Zoomer. I don't know how old Big Poppy is. Yes, I'm a misogynistic, evil, edgy Nazi incel. I don't know how anyone could ever think that Red is a Nazi. Have people said that before? I don't know how people could think Red is evil either. He's a pretty normal guy. Yes, people have called you a Nazi? What the fuck? Why? Let's see here. Why is my looks like my computer's not working. A woman called me a Nazi because I called her a bitch. That's pretty funny. I don't know. I find it very strange. I find it very strange when people in comment sections tell me, "Oh yeah, Star could never get laid, bro." Like, anyone could get laid. It's not really that hard. All you have to do is just manipulate the person into being in a relationship with you, and then you can just get laid really fast. Or just find someone who's really desperate, who has emotional problems, and then observe what those emotional problems are, and then take advantage of them. It's really not that hard. Let's see. Red is an interesting guy. I want to see a reality show about Red. I agree. Your daily life must be like a movie, bro. Yeah, it feels like a movie watching his videos. It's kind of like there's always a new arc happening. Dissident detected. Activate fascist accusations. But what I'm saying is, now I'm not advocating for rape here. I'm let me be 100% clear. I am not advocating. I am not advocating for you to manipulate or get into a relationship with anyone based on manipulation. Not advocating for these things. However, as long as the option exists to do that, you can't truly be 100% incel. Like, you can be an incel, but you can't be 100% incel as long as you could possibly get sex at some point, you know? Like, you could be like 75% incel, but not 100%, in my opinion. No one would exist here without rape. It makes sense. Uh, Rape is natural selection, though, just saying. I think that you will never get laid is more metaphorical than anything. It's basically calling someone a failure at their basic purpose in life as a human being, aka breeding. I don't like how people think that breeding is your basic purpose, because breeding is immoral. Like, if you have a kid, you're just bringing someone into the world who can now experience pain, whereas before they couldn't experience pain, you know? They didn't exist. So the fact that you're bringing someone into existence in the first place, that's an immoral action. That is wrong. That's a wrong thing to do. And so I'm very, very against the idea of having children because of that. It's a really horrible thing. But people try to present the idea that you should have kids as like, not breeding is failure as a life form. But who gets to decide that, though? Like, who gets to draw the artificial line that says not breeding is failure as a life form, when being a life form means and encompasses so many things? Like, we could say that we have the biological we could say that we have the biological inclination to have children, right? That it's possible, but we have the choice not to. And there are some people who just don't have the biological inclination to. They just don't feel attracted to it. They don't like it. And those people exist as well. Are they failures? No, they exist in nature. You know, they just exist. They're so, like, this idea that someone can like draw an artificial line between what is or what isn't natural, I don't like that idea, because it's just basing it around what the majority does. Like, what the majority does isn't always right. If everything the majority did was right, then we would have never sat down and said, "Hey guys, maybe the Earth is round. Let's have Galileo fix this." You know. Um, Let's see here. Rape is a failure as a human being. If you rape somebody, you are doing something incredibly inconsiderate, to say the very least, to somebody to solely satisfy an urge that isn't required for you to live. No, I don't disagree with that. I'm saying I'm 100% against it. The only reason I made that point was because I said you can't be 100% involuntarily celibate if you have the option to do that, you know? Don't worry, I'm asexual. I'm not advocating, and I mean, like, I wouldn't advocate for that anyway, just because I have the personal experience to know that it's very bad, you know. But let's see, without breeding, there would be no one to sit down. I'm not saying y'all are pro rape, okay? Uh, but let's see. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Sometimes when I do little thought experiments, people take them out of context and they try to say that I'm trying to say something more offensive. No, I'm just saying you can't be 100% involuntarily celibate if you have the option. Mm. Man, this is a crazy discussion. Yeah, it's what happens. It's what happens on live streams. Yeah, I hate that. I hate Hate what? I'm confused.
Hmm.
And it's not even like people could theoretically go to the gym. And I don't like the just go to the gym bro meme, but some people, like, you could theoretically go to the gym and then and then just not be an incel as long as you go to the gym and try to change up your personality. Some people hate it when people bring up any heavy topics, even theoretically. You got to phrase things really clearly with some people. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't understand why people are like that. They're very, very sensitive. I'm not really sensitive towards anything. Being an incel is to be a biological failure. Of course, you're still valuable as a person or human life, but you're still a failure in a biological sense. Um, I mean, we know that but okay, think about it this way, right? The fact that there are some people who are unable to have biological desire to have sex or have kids means it means that the standard means that the standard for how for what like biology is itself is skewed. I think you would be correct if there weren't outliers. Is that there are complete outliers. There's a number of complete outliers to what you're saying who don't feel the biological urge to do those things. It doesn't. We can say that the reason why so many people do have those biological desires is to bring about more life, keep the species going and stuff. But there are outliers to that. So who gets to decide that those people are or aren't failures? Who gets to decide that? It seems like it's very essentialist. I don't like it. Very, very essentialist. Being an incel is a kind of failure as a human being just because you've backed up into an echo chamber and failed to realize it. I think that's overgeneralizing. I don't think all incels are like that. It goes for white supremacy, etc. I mean, I agree on that front. Let's see, asexual people are anomalies, but they're different from the majority. But that doesn't mean that they're less natural. Like, that's the point I'm making, is that they're still just as natural as non-asexual people because they exist in nature. I think when talking about incel, though, it's not exclusively about sex, it's about a lasting relationship, too. Saying incel is just simply a faster way to get the point across. That's a fair point. I feel like a lot of people have their own definition of the word. Let's see. Where's Red? Red says, take the 2D pill. Nausea 1720 in the chat says, it's like saying there's two biological sex when there is multiple gender because we are human, we can choose. I don't really know what that's in response to, because gender with like biological sex, we have enough evidence to say that like there are biological differences between the two sexes that began at birth and so on, and chromosomal differences and so on. But gender for a very long time has been defined as the social affectations that you present. And so are there two genders? I don't know. Maybe there aren't. I don't know. It's kind of a gender is more of like an essentialist construct. I think it's something that can be broken down when you really think about it. And I don't like all of these Tumblr 1 billion genders people, but based on the definition of gender, technically you could do that. If you wanted to have 100 of them, you technically could. I don't like it, but technically you can, Let's see here. Also, in a mimetic sense and in an academic sense, transfer that a person can have in the greater species sense, even incels can contribute to the continuation of those that do reproduce. Yeah, no, I agree. In the same way that Isaac Newton, for example, was able to contribute to the advancement of humanity through his ideas rather than having children. Yeah, and that goes to show that just goes to show how complicated it is, you know? We can't just say this is what's absolutely natural just because I said so, when there's so many other complicated factors at play, you know? Let's see here. A bunch of people getting worked up over Japanese cartoons screaming about which girl they want to fuck. Wait, I'm confused. Man, anime fandom is hilariously bizarre. Yeah, a lot of that is kind of pseudo ironic. Like it's ironic and genuine at the same time. It's fun. Um, let's see here. I think someone who is an incel is unlikely to be a great thinker. I mean, I don't think it's that easy. Like, there's been tons of like Nazis and super like hard right white supremacists and stuff who have been great thinkers in the past. And there are people who are, you know, people of all kinds of political spectrums, you know, right-wing libertarian, left-wing authoritarian, left-wing libertarian. There have been people of all kinds of political views who have been very smart. There have been people who are genius artists who have, you know, severe mental illness and they believe like stuff about the Jews or whatever, you know, like it's not really that simple. It's not really simple to say that incels can't be great thinkers, you know. It might be more unlikely in the same sense that someone having schizophrenia being a great thinker is unlikely, but it could happen, you know. I don't think you should just single out people. What is your stance on LGBT? It's fine. If it makes you happy, go for it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's see here. Ergo, you have a distal influence through contribution rather than proximal effect by having kids. Also, if you're hung up on having kids, you can also adopt. Yeah, if you adopt kids, that's literally like taking care of kids who are basically abandoned. So in a sense, that's also propagating the species. So yeah, no, I agree with E. Castro. You explained all of that way better than I could. To have really great ideas, you got to think far enough outside of the box to realize that incel ideology is bullshit. I feel incredibly fortunate to have internet access. It has honestly made me who I am today. Well, okay, I disagree with a lot of the incel ideology stuff, but I don't think that people who are incels are just barred from having great ideas, because you can have great ideas while still being stuck in an ideological box. I mean, in a way, most people are stuck in ideological boxes. Think of someone like Ezra Pound. Ezra Pound was an amazing poet, an amazing writer. He did great work. And he was like a great friend to a lot of people. He encouraged a lot of startup artists to make good stuff, and a lot of people knew he was a really nice guy. But if you look at some of Ezra Pound's books, he talks about, you know, Confucius and how Confucius was like a white supremacist, and you know how we need to have Confucian values with fascism. He would go on the radio and talk about how the Jews were this evil force in the world who were taking over everybody's money. And Ezra Pound, genius poet, genius writer, who's had a good effect on my life, I think, who was, you know, part of an ideological box, basically part of a cult, you know? And so to say that these people are just because they're, you know, just because they're inside of an ideological box can't be smart or can't have great ideas, I think is unfair. Pseudo irony, is that one of social superpositions that them postmodernists use? Pseudo, I think you're thinking of post irony. Yeah, I love LGBT. Lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato sandwich. Yes. Leg bait. No. Yeah, Terry Davis. Yeah, Terry Davis was super fucking smart. He just was kind of stuck. He was just kind of stuck in a mentally ill, you know, kind of delusional rabbit hole. But he was really smart. Like, if you look at like the kind of programming he did, like, it was insane. White man use iOS. The majority of the population aren't great thinkers. It's just that When people form in echo chamber groups, it becomes easier to notice that members of any group can be intelligent. I agree. Art is kind of interesting. A lot of great artists are honestly kind of stupid. Much of it is intuition. Okay, well, maybe we just disagree on the definition of a great thinker then. So many lively discussions today. Great art equals a different perspective. I mean, but what if you make a really good piece of art that has the same perspective as everybody? Like a good example of this is Pendulum. There's a short called Pendulum that's like 3 minutes long. It's a really artistically done Japanese short, and it's really beautiful. I actually cried when I watched it. But it is the most normal, like, baseline version of humanity that you could possibly have. Everyone, almost everyone, can relate to it because it's as relatable as humanly possible. You know, the guy is born, he exists as a child, he grows old and has a wife, and then they die and stuff. It's very basic. But Pendulum, I think, is an amazing piece of art. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But that doesn't mean that like normies or people who are super like, you know, super basic can't have their stories told in art in a way that's effective, in a way that's really beautiful. And so, oh, bro, I love Pendulum. I cried too. Yeah, no, it's great. So like, I think the idea that great art is a different perspective isn't like inherently true, because an art piece like that, you know, is really like baseline humanity. It's everyone can relate to this almost, you know? And it's great nonetheless because of the execution. It's about the execution, in my opinion. And plus, like, I like a lot of art that's relatable just because I think it's cool to see relatable stuff. Honestly, I think 90% of politics is just blaming each other. I agree. A lot of it is saying, you know, oh, my group is good, your group is bad, and oh, maybe it's the white people. No, maybe it's the black people. No, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. It's very, very, very endemic. Neanderthals use OpenBSD. Nice. Politics divide people. They really do. There's one reason why I kind of gave up on them is I don't like how divisive the political thing is. I need to move my controller. Okay. Let's put it over there. Look, we're talking about all this deep shit. I have a book. The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. I think this book is kind of funny because on this part it says the sort of science writing that makes the reader feel like a genius. I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny that that's what they put on the front of the book. Let's see here. A star, are you still in that second server, the writing server? Yes, I am still there. Even if the subject matter is just normal basic human stuff, not everybody can do that great execution. You got to be a lateral thinker in some regard. Do you feel like a genius? No. I feel like the opposite of a genius, dude. Like, my entire life is just making YouTube videos on the internet. I'm not even particularly smart, let alone a genius. That would be retarded. Like, who the fuck just makes videos on YouTube all the time and plays video games and goes, I'm a genius. I'm so smart. I know everything in the world. No. No. Blame and hindsight are useless emotions. Maybe hindsight can be used to avert future problems, but it often used to dominate people in arguments. I agree. But yeah, I thought having that on the front of the book was funny. The kind of writing that makes you feel like a genius. I haven't read the book yet, but the reason why I have The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins is because it's actually the origin of the term memes, is that memes came from that book. And so that's why I own the book, is because it's the origin of the term memes. But I haven't picked it up yet because I have other books that I'm reading right now. Now, hindsight prevents people from doing really bad shit over and over again. If you have no hindsight, you'd probably be hit by a car right now. Makes sense. I hope I never get to feel like a genius. A big part of me for living is to be constantly growing and stay humble and learn from others. Yeah, I think personal growth is really important. Um, uh, yeah, nature and whatever is cool and all, but my waifu is cooler and better. I agree. DZD in the chat says, hey, hello. How are you doing, DZ Dog? How is it on your side of the pond? Well, your side of the country, I guess. Anybody who thinks they're a genius is a moron or an actual genius. I agree. TFW, you will never be somebody mad. I don't think being somebody matters very much. It's like the whole I want to be somebody thing is mostly just dealing with wanting to be recognized by others, right? You want other people to praise you and see you doing well and so on. I think blaming was developed as a coping mechanism so people aren't overwhelmed by shame. Depends on the kind. Hey, did you say that catchphrase? It's my wife's catchphrase. You're reading reading my mind. Oh boy. I'm not too bad. Felt a little down about how I push people away and alienate myself. Now, I'm sorry to hear that, DZD. Um, I don't really know how to solve stuff like that personally because I often do the same thing, and I'm still trying to learn how to fix the problem myself. All right, I'm about to head out. See you, fine gentlemen. Yeah, see you later, Big Poppy. It was nice having you on the stream. But there's always a silver lining as long as you continue wanting to be a better person and improve yourself. It's always possible to improve yourself. So while it may hurt now, eventually brighter days will come as long as you keep trying. And I know you probably know that, but it feels I think it feels good to remember sometimes because sometimes when I do the same thing, like if I get upset about it, I just remember, oh yeah, as long as I find a new strategy, a new method, as long as I keep trying to be better, then eventually I can do it. You know? Um let's see here. Do you think you'll always be a NEET? I don't think so. I think I'll get a job eventually. It's just that it's about the kind of job. Like, if I got a job, I would want it to be either a job that I enjoy, or I'd want to, I'd want or I'd want it to be a job that like I work for long enough in order to save money to be unemployed for a couple months, have a nice vacation and then pick the job up again and then just keep doing that back and forth. So you have like several months of free time and then several months of not free time and just go back and forth like that. I think that'd be kind of nice. Um, but yeah, when I get a job, my goal is to do something that I really like art or something, like making art or translation, like translating stuff. There are people who think they are smart because they got a college degree, and if you debate with them, they will use the argument, I have a college degree, which makes me an expert on everything. It's kind of weird because, like, it. I don't really understand people who use that argument because there's actually a term. It's called a ad hominem fallacy. Is that and then the other one is an appeal to authority, and they're kind of doing both at once because they're appealing to themselves as an authority, and they're trying to debunk your argument by saying, well, you're dumb and I'm not, which is a personal insult, which is an ad hominem. So it's not really fair to make arguments like that. And if they had like a college degree in logic or something, they would probably know that, but they don't, which kind of disproves everything that they're saying because they don't even know about those basic fallacies. Um, and so people can be a little bit silly about stuff like that, I think. Is that I think you should give credence to all kinds of different arguments. You just have to engage with them in a fair way. You know, if you're trying to be unfair to somebody or straw man them or just not listen to what they say, then you're not going to be able to provide a fair argument. You have to listen and you have to really think about what the other person is saying and try to give your point of view in a way that gives credence to them, that's fair. And most people don't want to be fair, they just want to be right. People care much more about being right than being fair, in my experience. You'd think I'd know better, but no. That's why people learn to know better. Like I don't know better on this many times, but I just have to remind myself to do it. You know? Uh, are you still studying Japanese? I'm studying Spanish right now. Um, I I have not been studying Japanese pretty much ever since I got back into school, just because I felt so little motivation to do it ever since I've gotten back in school. However, I am going to pick up Japanese again very soon. Specifically when the school administration lets me do my work at home. The reason I haven't been going to school for the last couple days has been because the snow has been there, and then there was Veterans Day. So yeah, when the school administration lets me do my work at home, I'm gonna start studying Japanese again because I'll get my schoolwork done faster. I don't think I'd ever find a job that I could really enjoy. Yeah, that's a bad feel right there. Um, I mean, I'm still debating as to whether I'll find one I like, you know? When I finish school, I don't ever see myself holding a job. Yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping I'll be able to, like, when I get my mental health sorted out, I'm hoping that I'll be able to hold one, but I don't know if I'll be able to or not. I really hope so because I don't want to live in the US forever. Like I want to move out of the US. So in order to do that, you have to work at least for a little while. But if I had like a long-term career, I would want it to be something that I did at home, like translating stuff or doing commissions for art for people or something like that. Do you ever feel like you're slowly killing yourself after fapping? I did it last night and I felt absolutely terrible. Um, I don't really feel like I'm killing myself. I just don't really like it. It takes a really, really long time, and by the time it's over, it doesn't really feel enjoyable. It just feels kind of weird. Um, I'm going to get rid of the desire for IRL friends. I don't like needing other people just to feel okay. I always feel like I'm using them for entertainment. Yeah, I mean, everyone uses each other. That's kind of part of humanity, is that everyone uses each other. It's a called symbiotic relationship. Now everyone does to some extent, but maybe you could get into like Buddhism or like Eastern mysticism or something and learn about like meditative solidarity and trying to open and expand your mind into being able to be like a hermit, you know? When I finish school, I either want to be an English teacher or a translator. Sometimes I feel like I have no motivation to learn Japanese because of school. Yeah, I felt that way many times. In fact, that's the way I've been feeling currently for quite some time now. But I think English teaching in third world countries and other countries would be significantly easier because in other countries the standards for teaching English are a lot different. Like they have they have much less strict standards, so that's why like I want to teach in Kazakhstan because I think it would be easier. Um, any new video tonight? Maybe I might come up with something. It depends. Uh, I honestly think that most of the people at school are holding me back intellectually. Interesting. I mean, I've talked to a lot of dumb people, and I don't really feel like they're holding me back. I just feel like I'm talking to them. Do you have any tips on? Oh yeah, the Hugbox video. I might record that tomorrow though. Do you have any tips on losing the desire to have friends? I don't really know how to do that. Because I have internet friends. Uh, but before I had internet friends, I never really had like a super strong desire to have friends. They just kind of fell in my lap, and I was very appreciative of the friends that I had and do have currently. But it's kind of like I've never tried to look for friends. They've just kind of showed up. So I don't really know how to lose the desire to have them because first of all, I have friends currently, and second of all, I've just never had a very strong desire to like seek them out. So if you have a strong desire to seek them out, I don't really know how to fix that because I've never really had one. So I don't know. Um, Maybe just look into like, I know East. Oh, let's see. Okay, for some reason YouTube killed me for a moment, so I had to come back. But I think the worst thing about employment is you might have to just settle. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people end up having to settle. And I don't have any friends at school. They all just think I'm weird. Um, I mean, probably because I am. Maybe just fill your life with stuff you're interested in. If you fill your life with like getting a hobby like art or something, like you draw or you write, maybe if you have a hobby like that, the desire won't be as strong. Why not just meet people online? If you could make online friends, then maybe you would connect with them more. Uh, I really don't feel like there are any dumb people, just that they know things in other areas you don't see as important. I agree completely. I don't think most people are dumb. Let's see here. Uh, TFW only one friend anywhere at all, and he's online. Buddhism is based. Learning and contemplating the three masks of existence has had such a good effect on me. Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm glad it could help you. Um, the guy with a lot of weird characters in their name says hello. Weird as a spook says existential anime. But I mean, by that logic, like, my problem with spook logic is that you can basically deconstruct everything into being a spook. Is that if you say, oh, X is a spook, then what makes anything else from not being a spook? Like the concept of spooks itself, by the logic of spooks, could itself be a spook, you know? A mutual aid is not a spook, but how can you prove that though? Who gets to decide? Ree! I agree with mutual aid. I like it. Oh. The only thing keeping me from becoming a syndicalist is there hasn't been successful syndicalists yet. Syndicalism's pretty based. I like syndicalism. Get spooked with two O's. There's no point in friends. It's like mostly small talk and BS shit. See, I would agree with that if I hadn't met the online friends that I've met. Because online, you like the types of conversations you can have are so much more in depth that I think you end up being able to talk about a lot more interesting things. Where like with online, it feels like the interests that you have and the things that you care about can much more easily be represented in conversation because you have like a filter. You can meet people who are very similar to you just by like going to a server with a similar interest or doing what I did, making videos on YouTube and then finding people with similar interests that way. Like I've never been a try and go find people kind of person. I've just made videos for long enough that eventually I met people who were similar to me or had interesting things to say. Or like I like talking to people who are very different at the same time because getting their perspective and hearing what they have to say, thinking about their thought process and what they believe, I think is really interesting. And so I like hearing other people's perspectives because of that. I like conversations on the internet that feel like essays. I say this a lot, is that the reason why I prefer internet conversation is because even like in voice call, they can feel like essays. Like there's so many different things you can cover. Like my friend Corax Catalyst, when I talk to him, we cover so many topics on like philosophy and politics and just human spirit, on anime and all kinds of things. We go super in depth. We talk about all kinds of stuff. And I would have never met that guy if not for the internet. So I think meeting people online is very based. Um, I'm the kind of person that needs someone to talk to, but I'm too shy to actually get a friend, so it's kind of fucked. Yeah, the way I got over shyness was just by doing it. Like I used to be like deathly shy. Like it was so shy that I wouldn't be able to get words out properly. I would stutter and stumble over everything I said. And after a lot of those conversations, I felt really ashamed for how I had talked, for what I had said. But eventually, after you do it enough times with enough experience, it gets a lot easier. You just have to keep trying. Online communication can ironically be more human than IRL interaction. Then DZD says IRL is overrated. I agree. Um, it feels more human, I think, because you connect more on the topics. Like, it's so funny. DZ Dog is in the chat. Is that some of the first like online voice calls that I did was on this show called the D-Pad, which I had with DZ Dog. And doing the D-Pad, it was weird for me because it felt like significantly more fun and significantly more human than other conversations that I had had up to that point, where talking to people IRL, it always felt like, oh, how is the weather today? Yes, yes, I must talk about the storm that is raging on, and oh, 40 degrees. It's great for golf season. Like it was always the same stuff. Ho ho, those politicians. Am I right, guys? Those that's how it feels talking to people IRL a lot of the time. Like it feels like there isn't it feels like people are just kind of moving around the very like basic topics that are kind of tangible, like you can see them on the surface. Like in school, like I hear people always talk about the he said she said kind of thing, where all the conversations I end up observing or hearing are people talking about drama with other people, constant gossip. And I'm very very against gossip. I don't I'm not down with that, because I think it oftentimes can be very dehumanizing. But at the same time, I love drama videos on the internet, so I guess I'm a hypocrite. Um, uh, so, like, most conversation is just small talk and gossip IRL, and it's because people don't feel that they can meet people who have like the same interests, and so that's why I like online. It's you cast a wide net. You can cast a very very wide net online. I used to have friends IRL, but I pretty much stopped being friends with them for becoming shitty people. Yeah, no, I know that feel. Well, I'm leaving, I guess. Have fun. Uh, I wish I could speak as well as I type. Speaking in essays just doesn't work in real life unless the other person is high IQ. I never regret what I type. Regret things that I say later. I don't think I have any regrets. It's very very hard for me to feel regret about stuff. I can feel bad about stuff in theory, but I the reason I don't regret things is because I think having regrets, it kind of holds you down. The only thing you can really do is just change your behaviors for the better. Um, this is what Death Stranding is about. Hideo Kojima should make movies instead of games. I think he should make movies. I would like that a lot. But at the same time, like I think the cinematic element of his games work really well. Like the fact that the games are cinematic, I don't think interferes with the gameplay very much, because very often the cinema is combined with the gameplay. Actually, I have a video on the first Metal Gear Solid that I made like 2 years ago now, where I analyze how gameplay and story can kind of meld together. And I think Kojima's pretty good at that, but at the same time, he does have really long cutscenes that can have some kind of ludonarrative dissonance going on. But I still think he's great for video games. Like, there's a lot of creative things going on and so on. Typing, I have more time to think about what I say. Talking, I get too flustered and mess up more. I had to teach myself how to talk much faster, just from going in calls and learning how to talk faster. A lot of the way that I talk, I copied from YouTubers. Making YouTube videos made talking way easier because I got to constantly practice. My favorite play involves a linguist kidnapping a peasant girl, teaching her recurved pronunciation English, and making her practice small talk by restricting discussion to the weather, and health. Or received pronunciation, I see. AKA, how do you do? And lovely weather, isn't it? And it's fucking hilarious. What play is that? Pendulum. Oh, wait, or Pygmalion? I don't know how to say this. I don't know these words. Uh, I can only type online when it's kind of an ocean of people and the chat carries on without me. I can't talk to someone one-on-one online. I'm actually much better at talking one-on-one. I'm not very good at seeing like an ocean of people in a Discord server. That's just too many people. Kojima is a genius game designer. The themes of the story come through in the gameplay. I agree. I should watch that MGS vid. It's pretty old. I was like 15 when I made the video, but I don't even know what I'd think of it now. At the time, I thought it was like one of the better analysis videos I made, but it was probably okay. Oh boy. I think I'm running out of things to say here, folks. So I'm going to head off now. But thank you for entertaining my incessant ramblings, as always. I hope you're all doing well. The world can be very dark. There's always light. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. You know, have a good one, says Existential Anime. Thank you. GG Star, says C. Hope you can have a good sleep again tonight. Yeah, I hope I can have a good sleep again tonight. I can't believe I only slept for 6 hours after, being awake for about 4 days. So I'm still a little bit tired. So hopefully I can get to sleep again. Peace, man. Stay based as fuck. Thank you. Good night. May you have a good rest. Thank you. Thank you all for coming out and all that. Okay. Good night.